Today, in the long we resume today, we are going to talk about a question and maybe try to give you an answer to the question as we progress on the topic. How will you deal with damage caused by false prophecies? I was writing when my telephone rang thrice. The consistency of ringing telephone propelled me to abandon the work to answer the call. He was a friend of mine who is a medical doctor based in Canada. She informed me that she just lost her mother in Nigerian city of Warri. So while I tried to extend my condolences, she was fast to solicit my advice to know whether criminal or civil action will be the appropriate or applicable action against the prophet who instructed her mother to abandon medical treatment of a specific illness on grounds that the anointing oil will work wonders for her. She was applying the anointing oil on the sick part daily until she lapsed into hypoglycemia and died. Well, I really sympathize with her family. Her mother will have turned 59 by May 7, 2023, according to them. I have lived with the pains of losing parents in their mid-age, so I understand the pains that have been lavished on the family by so-called prophets. Some years ago, I was a postgraduate school classmate and friend of mine. While we were discussing a matter which was the primary purpose of our meeting, his aide came in and informed him that a woman he asked to wait for him at the reception was still waiting for over 5 hours. So he quickly dismissed the aide, and I had to intervene, since I do not find pleasure in seeing fellow human beings being treated unfairly. So I told him, Your Excellency, if you have kept someone waiting for 5 hours, I will prefer to excuse myself. I really want you to see and conclude whatever business you have with the person. He confided in me that he was actually not interested in listening to the woman's complaint. Then I said, You should have told them to send her away from outside instead of keeping her for over 5 hours. I did deem that to be an unfair treatment. So I was able to convince him to meet the lady. He insisted that I must not leave, that there was nothing secret to discuss with the lady. I objected, but he said he was not comfortable seeing the lady in my absence. The lady who was in his 40s was ushered in. She introduced herself to me with a name different from what my friend had given me before she came in. And as far as I was concerned, the second name was properly ascribable to a marriage. Our plea was a brief one, and our marriage situation was an unhappy one. Of course, if what she said were all true, she was an embarrassing burden to her aged parents and a lonely object of ridicule among her peers as a result of bad marriage. She solicited help financially, legally, and otherwise from my friend. In my entire life, I've never laughed at anyone under frustration. But I found myself laughing when my friend told me in the lady's presence that years ago, he and the lady were about getting married when she followed her mother to a church, and a prophet prophesied that he was not a God-chosen life partner for her, that he will never succeed in life, that he is destined to be poor and his family is under a generational curse for low life, that a time will come when he will be begging for food to survive himself and his family, more that he will not be able to train his kids. They will end up as beggars due to an evil actuated by his grandparent. The prophet said that his prophecy was certain because of the said generational curse was irreversible, and told the lady that her future husband was a rich and successful man working in the oil and gas industry. According to the story, there was actually a potential overtaker who was asking the lady to cancel a planned wedding with my friend and to get married to him. According to him, while my friend was looking for money to be able to pay her bride price, the rival was a staff of Saipem Oil Servicing Company, well-paid job, and owned flashy cars. Even the most skeptical listener would see herself as a fool when the prophet mentioned to her that her marital destiny was in the hand of a rich man working in the oil and gas company, when such a man was already pressurizing her years for love and marriage. Yet, a person who has scientific consciousness would know that no prophet is capable of adequately predicting the future of life and all the attendant manifestations that constitute life as vibrations of life evolve and unfolds. So the lady and her family believed the prophet, and she happily disconnected from my friend after much unsuccessful attempt to talk with her and to her parents to ask why she disconnected from him and his family members. It was 3 months after that she was kind enough to send a note to my friend that it was over between them, and that was a week to the date their traditional marriage was earlier contemplated. She had an unplanned pregnancy of which my friend was responsible. That of course prompted the need to marry quickly. The news that she aborted the pregnancy after the instruction from the prophet, and the reason for this continuing relationship was only exposed to my friend by her third cousin. My friend was not able to access neither her nor her parents for any explanations. Today, a rich husband is a very poor and diabolical fellow who had brought so much tumult to his family and who have meted the severest maltreatment and hardship on the lady. He was actually arrested on allegations of pipeline vandalism. One of the reasons the wife sought my friend's help for the sake of her 3 kids. My friend has been a successful lawyer, a former Speaker of the State House of Assembly, and a former Deputy Governor of a state in Nigeria. Not just that, except event changes his material situation overnight, he can never go broke into starvation till the time he will leave the earth. There is also a story of a lady who introduced her fiancé to pastors and his wife, the church prophetess, the daddy and mommy of the church, whom she venerated dearly. They asked them to return to them for counseling as they will be praying for the dude's marriage success. They say the counseling will have to be done separately between the 2 partners. So, when she returned, they revealed to the lady that there was a stubborn spirit of death roving around her fiancé, and that any male member of the fiancé family must die months after they give birth to their first child, and that in their prayers, solution was not revealed to them because the fiancé parent did great evils, and the only solution is that the fiancé parent's own prayers alone can resolve the situation. Unfortunately, the fiancé parent had passed away. It happened that the fiancé's elder brother had actually died 2 months after the birth of his first son and only child, so it was believable by the girl. She pulled out of the marriage plan. What happened later will shock you. We don't know what they told the fiancé, but 4 months after the girl canceled the planned marriage for ceremony, her ex-fiancé and the pastor's daughter got married. They have 2 kids together as of March 2021, and the fiancé, who's supposed to be a dead man after birth of his first child, is still alive and has sponsored 2 siblings of his current wife, that is a pastor and prophetess daughter abroad. How will you deal with the trauma and the damage of prophetic deceptions and rampant in the world today? Follow me at Cyprian Edward-Ekpo Dialectics and Treatise, available on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, to hear how to deal with these issues, with the trauma and dangers of prophetic deception in the next episode. Thank you, and God bless you.